Hello, I am Yasmin from Lila's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how I make spinach pie from scratch. I have 2 cups of plain flour here. I'm going to add a pinch of salt and a tablespoon of oil. If you don't want to make the dough from scratch, you can use phyllo pastry or puff pastry, the ready-made ones. I just don't have any of them, so I thought I'll make the dough myself at home. And now I'm adding some warm water, a little bit at a time. I'm going to knead it by hand, but if you have kitchen mixer, you can use it. But because I'm not in my kitchen, so I don't have one now, so I'm just kneading it by hand. You just need to add the water just a little bit at a time. Don't add too much or too little, just enough, just a little bit at a time. And if you feel like you put too much water, just dust it with some flour, just a little bit at a time as well, and keep kneading. If you feel like it's too dry, just keep adding the water a little bit and keep kneading it. And by the time, if you can see now the texture, you will see how it will change by the time when you knead. Just keep kneading it, because in the middle you will feel like it feels very weird, but it's okay. Oh, that's really satisfying. I love kneading. It's not a big quantity as well, so kneading it by hand is fine. A bit of exercise, having some more muscles, and a very natural antidepressant. Can you see now how the texture has changed a bit? Just keep kneading it. We don't need to add any more water now. It's just keep kneading it. You need to knead it for about, if you knead it by hand, need about 8 to 10 minutes. But you can use in the mixer, it will take half the time. You see now it's becoming very soft and doesn't stick to my hands anymore. So I'll shape it to a circular bowl thing, and then I will leave it to rest for about 15 to 30 minutes. Now I'm moving to the spinach. So I have here about 4 cups of spinach and kale. I'm going to add a whole lime juice. If you have lemon, you can use lemon juice. You can add more or less. I like it to be a bit lemony. Now I'm squeezing it by hand. So you can see now how, instead of cooking it, I'm doing it by hand. So as you can see, it shrank. So I added some more kale. Now I have some vegan feta cheese. You can use any feta cheese you want. You can use as much as you want as well. I have here about a quarter of the block. So alright, now I have some fresh mint here. I hope you have seen my video showing you how I keep my fresh herbs fresh for a long time. So I have some fresh mint here. They are nice and washed. So I'm going to cut them into small pieces. You can add more or less, or if you don't have any fresh mint, if you have dried mint, you can add them. Whatever you have, it's absolutely fine. Now I'm going to add some salt. Don't add too much salt because we have the lime, and I'm going to add some sumac, about half a tablespoon. So mix them very well. I added as well some oil to it, some olive oil. Now for the pastry, it's nice and rested now. So I'm going to cut them into small bowls. I think I made six of them, but I only used 5 of them, and the last one I just put it in a pan and I made a bread out of it. This pie is really nice, and it's so delicious. You can have it with a cup of tea in the morning, or you can have it as a side dish. Here I have some semolina, and I have about 8-inch pan, square pan. I'm going to spray it with some olive oil. And by the time you need to preheat the oven to 180 degrees, here I'm going to cover the bottom of the pan with some semolina, so the pie won't stick when it's baked. So using the semolina, I'm going to put the semolina and roll up the dough. I need it to be quite thin. As you see, it's really nice and very well rested, so I want it to be a bit, you can see my fingers underneath, quite thin. So layer it in the pan. And now I'm going to spray some oil between the layers, so it will make nice layers. Okay, I'm going to do the third one, the third layer. It is such a really nice dough. I'm really proud of it. It's okay, sometimes it breaks, but to be honest, it's just perfect. It's perfect dough. I need to cut this one same size as the pan, so I can put it just in the middle. As you can see. Spray it with some oil, and now I'm going to put the filling. This is just perfect. I don't like it to be very thick pie. I don't like thick pie. I like it to be quite thin, but you can add more layers if you want of dough. You can add more fillings. It's up to you. I'll do the same thing. I'm going to cut the dough same size as the pan or the tray, whatever you call it. So yes, here it is. Spray again. Okay, now we are going to fold the sides. Spray and then fold the 4 sides. And now, because we want it to look nice, we are going to put the last layer of dough, as you can see here. And now I'm going to do some a bit of decoration. Using my fingers. I need to do a few cuts in on top of the pie, so if we have any like steam, it can come out. Right, now I'm going to brush the pie with some milk and some maple syrup. If you are not vegan, you can use egg wash. It's up to you. Because I'm not in my kitchen, so I don't have a pastry brush, so I'm using the rest of the dough to brush the top of the pie. The maple syrup add really nice taste, like a little bit of sweetness to the pie. So you can use egg wash, like egg, milk and a little bit of maple syrup or whatever you like. You can as well like add some sesame seeds on top, and this is how it looks after it's baked, and it tastes really nice when it's cold as well. You can eat it cold from the fridge. So delicious. Hope you enjoyed the recipe. Thank you.